there! I'm gonna do a sketchbook tour. I finished this one a bit ago. I'm actually halfway through another sketchbook already. I just never did a flip through of this one. So I'll take you guys along for the ride. I hope you enjoy. This is a Rendr sketchbook by Crescent. So this paper is really cool because it doesn't bleed through onto the other side with alcohol markers. It was okay to work with. The thing with the markers is that they would blend into each other too easily, so you would kind of get a murky effect. You couldn't really layer any markers or anything like that. This was my 2021 and I finished it earlier this year. So I did a sketch here just trying to test out the paper and how it would hold alcohol markers. And this is the band Rush, and I did a portrait of them. This was like a Dracula reference spin-off thing. And yeah, a lot of doodles in this one. This was lineofaction.com. They have some references on there. Tons of resources out there. I designed a street sign for Wasatch Roasting Company with paint markers. And this was my thumbnail. And this one, also for Wasatch Roasting Company, I do sticker designs for them pretty frequently. So this particular one I did a dragonfly. And Tiny Little Bee, that's where this guy came from. And this is some gallery display concepts I was figuring out, and another doodle. And this is my Liar the Tree Man. And it'd be kind of nice to redo this because looking at it now, it's been probably over a year since I've done this, and you know, I feel like I've improved a bit on anatomy, and it's kind of neat to see some rapid growth because I'm consistently pushing myself and getting better. And this was another one of my character Liar. And this one was a redraw from a comic I made probably 15 years ago. And so I wanted to redraw it in the sketchbook, and then I later redrew it again. It was really cool. It turned out really well. It's actually on display right now in an art show. And more doodling. Drawing from life. This was a commission. This was references from a fashion art book, like Fashion and History. I can't really remember. I was just kind of drawn in my own style for fun. And this one was supposed to be a self-portrait in the Ayami Kojima Castlevania style, but I don't know. I didn't really like it. I didn't like how the shading was working out and the anatomy. I think I've improved on doing the anatomy of the neck and the chest, the collarbone area. Even on her, it's a little wonky. And by the way, this one I did as a character redraw from my friend's artwork, Chris Bodley. He's a really amazing artist, way more renowned than I am. He's very good. He did a comic book, and it's pretty amazing. And this was some commissions I did with D&D characters, so I drew those out for them. And yeah. So this one I drew Alucard from Castlevania for fun, and I wanted to incorporate his wing capability that makes him jump really high in the game, and they referenced it in the animated series, which is really fun. So I initially wanted to do him with a sword and shield, and I decided not to and do this design, but I actually later redid it again with the sword and shield, which actually turned out a little bit better. And some character development. Yeah. So this one is a drawing of my cat, Moon Shadow. Moody Shadow. And she's named after a Cat Stevens song called Moon Shadow. So doing some thumbnail sketches, This was the rough draft that I copied over with a light box, and then I did the final on a separate paper, I think on bristle paper, and then I made stickers. I made prints too, and I don't know, it's supposed to be kind of a logo because it's plants in my sunroom, like some of these guys, and my cat Shadow. So kind of my thinking of my brand, whatever that becomes. Yeah, this is a business card that I made. This was, I think I did this like May or June of 2021, so this was about a year old, and I actually ran out of these cards. And this was a drawing that I did that I made stickers of in my last sketchbook. This was another commission. This more doodling. And this was a Zelda party that I hosted for my boyfriend's birthday, and I made little bottles. Here, I'll show you. I got some here. So I made these cute little bottles, like 20 of them. I think I got them at Michael's, and so I put stickers on them and served punch and alcoholic adult beverages in them. It's fun. And the people that attended the party got to take one home. Alright, so this is when I was getting into my mushroom phase. So my character Lyre, spelled Lyre, I portrayed him with some mushrooms, some fungi symbolism, about death and regrowth and cool things like that. And then this one, so my boyfriend carves these super awesome wizards, and I know I showed one in my last sketchbook, but let me grab one. These guys, so my boyfriend makes these and he carves them, and they're really cool. And so I surprised him with this design, and I made him stickers. We also made magnets and bookmarks, and yeah, it's fun stuff that we've been able to sell at markets, and they're pretty cool. I really like this design. Yeah. More thumbnails. Nothing came out of those. This was a draw it in your style. Heather, she's from Salt Lake, so she's not too far away from me, but she's got a pretty awesome art career going. Pretty neat. All right, and this is Geraldo Edmund Cuthbert the Hollow. He is a personification of my Cordoba classical guitar, and I personified a couple of my other instruments before, and I hadn't personified him yet, so I kind of imagined him as being like this whimsical old man, and so I was drawing a couple outfits, and it's pretty funny. And I did a handful of portraits that are my favorite vampires. So this one is Ian from the Vampire Diaries. This one's Lestat from Interview with the Vampire, Selena from Underworld, and Alucard from Castlevania. And let's see. Oh yeah, and this one was Blade from Blade. Alright, so this is a zine I actually worked on, and it was kind of that mushroom theme. It's like a collection of my artwork that kind of portrayed mushrooms, and I named it Symbiosis. So there's some nature symbolism there. And at this moment in time, I actually have 2 of those zines left, and they're on my Etsy, but I mean, if I'm not going to sell them anytime soon, I'll probably just keep the 2 copies. This was in the zine as well. And here's Geraldo Edmund Cuthbert the Hollow, and that's my Cordoba guitar. Alright, and this was some doodling I did. I was at a market, and I like to just do things with my hands rather than just sit there. So I usually bring a sketchbook or like a full piece of art and work on it there, which I love seeing people work on art while they're at a market or like just like live drawing or painting. Yeah, and my dad was doodling too. See, here's my Egyptian lyre, which I would love to do some kind of full piece concept that's Egyptian, because he has multiple timelines. Like I did a Greece one, which I'll get to in a second here, and the original timeline was from the Victorian era. Yeah, so he kind of transcends time. But yeah, it'd be kind of cool to do an Egyptian one. Here's some more moon shadow stickers. And I usually, when I make the stickers, because I make them all from home, I write notes of what worked and what didn't, and like try to go back and prevent bad things happening when they don't need to happen. And a couple more stickers. Here's an a la carte one from, this was a drawing in my last sketchbook. Normally my sketchbooks are working, they're not like meant to have full, completely finished art, but every once in a while I'll make a sticker or make a mini print or something of a sketch. Anyway, so let's see here, there's a lot going on. I was part of a art collective in my area that I was selected, like the peer choice was my John Denver in Space. And I later, so this was semifinals, and in the finals I actually won a second place in the peer review, but it was a 3-way tie, so I had to share the prize with 2 other people, which I'm not mad about, because the fact that more people could win, it's a pretty awesome thing. But I've got some more little labels about that a little later in the sketchbook. And let's see. Oh yes, so this is Hector from Castlevania, and I made him into a sticker. Oh yeah, and this is the updated a la carte drawing that I did. So like, let me flip back. Yeah, so this was the first drawing, and then I redid it to look like that. Kind of more of what my original vision was, and I really liked it. And I usually put a lot of stickers in here that have air bubbles in them that I can't sell, and I can at least save them, you know. And here's some more drawing. I believe these were done at another art market I was at. This one, I was working on the Greek timeline for my character, and I had this one in a show, the black and white competition. So I was doing some research on symbology, and so I was thinking of drawing him with a actual lyre instrument, and maybe like thinking like, oh yeah, maybe that's his origin story and that's where he got his name. I don't know. I don't really have anything super concrete right now with a lot of timelines, but it's in the back of my head, so it's pretty cool. And yeah, so I was just kind of doing a little bit of exploring different ways to draw in sort of the more Greek style. Oh yeah, this was a sticker that I did for Wasatch Roasting Company. Lady doing a pour over in space. Alright, some more research and drawing. This is a Instagram takeover that I did. I basically took over this Utah Arts Alliance Instagram page and posted whatever I wanted on their stories. Like, then I was coming up with things that I wanted to post. Let's see, this is Croquet Cafe. They used to be a free resource, but they charge now. I think it was $30 for a year, and so I bought their subscription for a year because, you know, people got to pay the bills, and they're an incredible resource. I wish I could use them more and get my money's worth. Let's see, some more stuff. Oh yes, so this was me preparing to do the redo of this guy. Let's see, this one. And yeah, I'm sure I'll put the picture of the finished piece up here at some point. Yeah. On this one, so my boyfriend's a musician and he made an album, and so I surprised him with a sticker. I like surprising him with stickers. It's kind of my thing. This was me studying Color and Light by James Gurney. And I need to finish that book. I didn't quite get all the way through, but I was taking some notes there. I have notes from like all over the place too. I think this is from a different book. This was a commission. This was from some other book. Some notes on oil painting. Yeah, all right. So these two were from that Art Alliance thingy that I was talking about before, where I won second place, but it was a 3-way tie. And then these was another show where I had 3 works in, and it was the Ogden Community Show, and I got honorable mention. One of my pieces got honorable mention. So, yeah. Some more doodling. And this one turned into another drawing. So after I finished Melody's Encounter, which was this one. So after I finished this one, I was inspired to do one that was just this character right here. And that was my thumbnail with like a Luna moth. More doodling. And yeah, this one I did, so I built some stands for my display grids for markets and stuff. Instead, I didn't buy stands for them, so I just decided to make some out of poplar, and it ended up being cheaper, but it was a lot of work. And that's it. That's the sketchbook. So yeah, I'm currently working in another sketchbook, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. Hopefully that was entertaining. I don't know. Now I'm just going to ramble until I feel like I've got something important to say, and then maybe edit that out. Edit some stuff out. I don't know. Okay, bye.